First, the news headlines. Sioux ground rules violators, cookie users will be dealt with stern action, said Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Senior IPS IG CRPF Rajib Singh appointed as new DGP Manipur. At least 5 state police commander injured during the attack by the armed cookie militants at different places. Show cause notice issued to the 10 MLAs demanding separate political administration. Human chain demonstration state demanding NRC in the state. Hello and a very good afternoon. You're watching Mami TV Prime Time English News. I'm Kavita Tongram. Now the news in details. On completing ground assessment on existing crisis of Manipur state, during the 3 days visit to the state, Union Home Minister Amit Shah left Imphal on Delhi on Thursday afternoon, justifying the root cause of violence in Manipur state that was the fallout of March 27 judgment of High Court of Manipur, directing the state government to submit recommendation to the central government in connection with the inclusion of Meitei in the scheduled tribe list. Just before leaving Imphal for Delhi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Thursday briefed media persons over the assessment conducted while he was in the state in connection with the present crisis of Manipur at the Chief Minister's Secretariat this morning at about 11 a.m. He told the media persons that the memorandums and verbal complaints submitted before him by different sections of societies and CSOs and stakeholders have already been noted down and the possible ways for bringing normalcy will be made in the near future, he added. Mentioning some of the current issues arising out of violence in the state, he said a serious instructions have been given to Cookie UZ and the Sioux signatories to follow Sioux ground rules properly, and if any Cookie UG and the Sioux found violation of ground rules will be dealt with serious action in the future to come. Besides, out of the registered cases in connection with the recent violence in Manipur, 6 cases will be investigated by CBI. Considering grievances and hardships faced by the villagers of Kangpopi, Churchandpur and More in Ternopal district, helicopter services will be introduced at the said district for transportations from today onward as demanded by the villagers. Regarding shortages of doctors in the said hill district, central government has already approved to send 6 team specialized doctors from AIIMS to the established hospitals of the said district for treatments in the nearest future. Regarding shortages of daily requirements and medicines in the state due to the blockade along the national highways by the villagers in connection with the crisis, the government has already been started constructing storage godowns at Khongsang railway station in Tamenglong district where food items, daily requirements and medicines will be transporting in by train up to Khongsang on regular basis, Amit Shah added. Home Minister further said in order to find the actual root cause of the current crisis in Manipur, the state government has recommended constitution of an inquiry committee headed by retired Chief Justice of High Court. He said advice has been given to the State Police Department for speedy recovery of looted arms and ammunition from different police stations by conducting massive combing operations in the state. He finally mentioned that his visit to different strife-torn districts of Churchandpur, Kangpopi and More border and interacted with different stakeholders and CSOs leaders that was very fruitful and hope that normalcy will return in the state very soon, he added.
विगत 6 वर्षों से जब से मणिपुर में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार आई, मणिपुर बंद, ब्लॉकेड, कर्फ्यू और हिंसा से मुक्त नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मणिपुर सरकार सू मिलिटेंट अगर समझौते की किसी भी प्रकार की शर्त का उल्लंघन करते हैं तो अब उन पर कठोर कार्यवाही होगी, ये मैंने पहले ही स्पष्ट कर दिया। सूचनाएं कई प्रकार की मैं सार्वजनिक करना नहीं चाहूँगा, परंतु जो भी सूचनाएं इसको हम डेट कर रहे हैं और कड़ाई के साथ। देखिए, हमारी बातचीत सभी से चल रही है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट में अब तक 15 अलग अलग हथियारी ग्रुपों से हमारा समझौता हो चुका है। 8,000 से ज़्यादा लोग सरेंडर हो चुके हैं। नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार बनने के बाद 2014 से लगभग 8,000 उग्रवादी हथियार डालकर मेन स्ट्रीम में आए हैं। बाकी लोगों से भी बातचीत चल रही है। ये सभी से बातचीत एक उच्चतम स्तर पर गृह मंत्रालय कर रहा है, मगर जब कॉम्प्लेक्स पोजीशन होती है, 50-50 साल पुराने सवालों के मसले होते हैं, इसका निपटारा लाने में समय लगता है।
Former Inspector General CRPF Rajib Singh, senior IPS, has been appointed as new Director General of Police Manipur. In this regard, an official order was issued by the Special Secretary Home Government of Manipur. As per the order, the former DJP Manipur, P. Dongel, IPS, will be placed in charge of Officer on Special Duty OSD Home. It may be mentioned that 1993 Tripura cadre senior IPS Rajib Singh, IG, CRPF, has been transferred by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India on May 29 as Joint Secretary Police 1 to the state Manipur on inter-cadre deputation. The United Naga Council (UNC) has sent out the strong message to the Government of India that the Nagas will not accept any disintegration of Naga areas in attempting to address any demand by any community. The stand of the UNC has significantly come days after the separate administration demand put up by 10 Kuki Chin MLAs, adds our staff reporter. In a memorandum submitted to Union Home Minister Amit Shah today, which was made available to New My News Network late tonight in Imphal, the UNC cautioned that the breaking of Naga areas or adversely affecting the Nagas in any way will have serious ramifications that will provoke further senseless violence with different communities. The UNC also said that the Naga people should be consulted while considering any settlement to address the prevailing situation in Manipur. The Government of India must uphold the sanctity of the framework agreement in letter and spirit to expeditiously translate the same into a political reality, the Council said. The UNC went on to state that they submitted a memorandum to ensure enduring, inclusive and honorable Indo-Naga political settlement based on Framework Agreement of August 3, 2015. While welcoming your visit in response to the violent situation that has affected all communities in Manipur in the wake of the May 3, 2023 Solidarity Rally carried out by the All Travel Students Union Manipur, ATSUM, we would like to first highlight briefly on the violence and pandemonium that have engulfed the state, UNC said. The UNC said that mayhem and rain of terror have spilled into the streets right under the very nose of the men in uniform. The Naga body also said that thousands of arms and ammunition from state government armory have gone into the hands of irate rioters, and this has led to bloodshed, lawlessness and insanity overshadowing the rule of law. The UNC also said that more than 300 churches have been burned down to ashes and cases of arson, massacre, rape, molestation and other forms of violence are taking place sporadically. Dearth of life-saving drugs and essential commodities in spite of heavy security deployment depict the total collapse of the state machinery, it added. The UNC urged the Union Home Minister to manage the grievous situation with an iron hand and end this madness immediately in the interest of the people. At a time when Union Home Minister Amit Shah is in the state holding talks with civil society organizations of different communities to bring peace, Kuki militants still continue to launch attacks on civilians and security personnel yesterday. At least 5 Bishnupur district commandos sustained bullet wounds in a gunfight with suspected Kuki militants at Tangjang Ahan Lupchingjau under Kumbi police station yesterday. Injured commandos were identified as Sub-Inspector S. Gyanendra alias Tomba 43, son of Mangijau of Moirangkuno Mamang Sabal, Rifleman Elia Long alias Alex, son of Namhaideng of Senapati, Havildar Gozendro of Tronglaubi, Rifleman Janaranjan of Wangu, and Rifleman Prashanta. According to the police sources, the gunfight ensued while launching an operation to push back the Kuki militants stationed at Tangjeng Punjau, Tangjeng Chingya, and Napat. Some of the militants were seen wearing lungi and they were suspected to be Myanmar nationals. The injured have been taken to Imphal for further treatment after giving first aid at Jivan Hospital Kakchin, National Charitable Hospital Moirang, and PHC Wangu. In another attack by Kuki militants, one personnel of Imphal West Commandos sustained bullet injury in his leg and is undergoing treatment at RIMS Hospital. His condition is said to be stable. According to the sources, well-armed Kuki militants fired at a team of Imphal West Commandos at Kanglantobi, Santipur yesterday evening. A reinforcement team of Imphal West Commandos rushed to the spot and joined the gunfight that lasted several minutes before the Kuki militants fled from the spot. Meanwhile, a heavy gunfight between a combined team of security forces and Kuki militants took place at Chanung area under Imphal East. While there is no report of anyone injured, the gunfight was still taking place till the time of filing this report. In yet another incident, a pipe bomb detonated at around 2 p.m. yesterday afternoon in Chingujau area between Tangjeng Ahallup and Laisan Tampak of Bishnupur district, said a report. Privilege and Ethics Committee of Manipur Legislative Assembly has sent a show-cause notice to 10 MLAs who demanded a separate administration for the Chin Kuki people. Pertaining to the demand of bifurcating administration, a meeting of the Privilege and Ethics Committee was convened at its room at the Assembly with its chairman, Kaisamthong Constituency MLA Nishikant Singh Sapam, in the chair today at 11 a.m. The meeting reportedly lasted for about 45 minutes. Speaking to media persons after the meeting at Segarot, Thauda Babok Laikai, Nishikant said that the meeting deliberated on the complaint filed by Ojoy, a resident of Kagwa, against the 10 Chin Kuki MLAs to the Manipur Legislative Assembly Speaker, and another complaint lodged by a resident of Saikul against Kim Nyo Hokip Hang Sing, Saikul SC MLA, saying that the committee has sent a show-cause notice to the 10 MLAs to explain why they raised the demand, which can disintegrate Manipur on or before June 16. Nishikant Sapam continued that the committee will take up a proceeding after the expiry of the deadline and submit its report to the Speaker. The notice will also be forwarded to the respective emails of the 10 MLAs, he added. It may be mentioned that Ojoy lodged a complaint to the Speaker against the demand of the 10 Chin Kuki MLAs on May 18. He also submitted a similar complaint to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Lok Sabha Speaker, Opposition Leader of Lok Sabha, Governor Anushya Uike, and Opposition Leader of the state on May 24. Ojoy in his complaint claimed that the conduct of the 10 Chin Kuki MLAs is unethical and a breach of oath. Thousands of people of different communities formed human chains in different parts of the Valley district with a common demand to implement the National Register of Citizens (NRC) and safeguard the unity and integrity of the state. Human chains were formed along Uripo Kangchuk Road stretches and Sawumbong Tongkong and among others. Reportedly, women in thousands belonging to Meiteis, Chirus, Kabuis and Chotes stood in line along Didim Road from Khorangpan to Tinungai in Bishnupur district and many other places and raised slogans to implement NRC in Manipur, protect Manipur and abrogate Su Pact to restore normalcy at the earliest. The protesters also held placards which read, "We want normal life, go back illegal immigrants, stop narco-terrorism," etc. Bishnupur District Ex-Servicemen Association has accused the Central Security Forces of being partial and siding with a particular group. Its Birbal Vice President, Bishnupur District Ex-Servicemen Association, raised questions about the component of the Central Security Forces during a sit-in protest staged by the association at Sainik Bhawan, Moirang Lairenjam, referring to the roadblocks staged by women folk of the state to prevent CPF from venturing into the localities, claiming loss of faith in security forces. The Vice President stressed that the Defense Ministry and Home Ministry should be informed of this. He continued to point out the lack of state assistance to relief camp inmates, despite almost a month having passed since the violence first erupted. Further, he questioned why it took so long for Chief Minister Biren Singh to declare the Kuki militants as terrorists. Its Sarat President, Bishnupur District Ex-Servicemen Association also spoke on the occasion and attributed the conflict to illegal immigrants from Myanmar working in collusion with Sioux militants to settle in Manipur. In this regard, he questioned what the high-ranking military officers of India are still doing and claimed that Indian intelligence has failed. Alleging that the burning of villages had been done by Kuki militants and not by innocent Kuki civilians, he maintained that the feelings of brotherly love between the two communities still lingers in the face of such turmoil. Further, he condemned the false narrative being painted in national media, holding the Meitei community responsible for the burning of villages. Bishnupur District Ex-Servicemen Association Secretary Y. Ibotombi, Treasurer L. Merachandra and members of the association, along with their family members, participated in today's sit-in protest. In view of the present turmoil situation creating out of the different demands by the two different communities concerned, district magistrates have been imposing restrictions by imposing restriction under Section 144 that have been extended from time to time to prevent escalation of violence in the state. But due to the sign of improving law and order situation in the Greater Imphal area since last 48 hours, the District Magistrate of Imphal West and Thongpal District have relaxed the public curfew from morning 5 am till 11 am today. But there is no relaxation of public curfew in Imphal yesterday. In Kangpopi District, public curfew today was relaxed from 5 am in the morning till 12 noon. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top stories once again. Sioux ground rules violators, Kuki uses will be dealt with stern action, said Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Senior IPS IG CRPF Rajib Singh appointed as new DGP Manipur. At least 5 state police commandos injured during the attack by armed Kuki militants at different places. Show cause notice issued to the 10 MLAs demanding separate political administration. Human chain demonstration state demanding NRC in the state. That brings us to the end of today's Primetime English News. Thanks for watching.